So, I went to IFA for the very first time this year, and wow, it was huge. For those who don't know, IFA is a massive consumer electronics and home appliance trade fair held in Berlin. It's basically a global stage where some of the biggest international brands showcase their latest innovations and products. I spent 3 days at the event with some of my tech friends, and honestly there was so much happening that 3 days just weren't enough to cover it all. But even though I couldn't check out every single booth, I still found a bunch of cool stuff that really stood out to me. So in this video I'm focusing on tech that felt pocketable, cleverly designed, or just straight out of future. We are starting off at the OLED booth. They showcase a bunch of new flashlights, but this tiny one really caught my eye. It's super small and portable, yet it feels pretty durable in hand. You can switch between a normal light mode, spotlight mode, or UV light. With a double click you can also boost the brightness on the regular and spotlight. Plus it's magnetic, so you can stick it to metal surfaces. Or just clip it onto something when you need it. I think it's super handy and versatile, definitely the kind of thing that I like to have around. Next up we've got a 3-in-1 charging station from ESR. My friend Kang was really hyped about this one, and he's kind of a charger expert, so I trust his opinion. It is super compact and even features cryo boost, which prevents your phone from overheating while still letting you charge at full speed. Here are some pretty interesting lav mics I found at IFA, the Boya Magic. These are super tiny mics that you can either clip onto your clothes or attach magnetically. The cool part is that you can plug both of them into this little adapter, and it instantly turns into a shotgun mic, which you can hold in hand or just mount on a tripod or a camera. I've never seen anything like this before, very cool concept. Now let's move on to some products that stood out to me purely because of their aesthetics. I saw tons of power banks at the show, and honestly at this point most of them are pretty powerful. So I started paying more attention to their designs. This one by Charge really stood out. I think this design is inspired by Braun's classic record player. I love how it looks completely different from typical power banks. It also has a retractable USB-C cable and a dot matrix style display that gives it a really clean and unique vibe. At the Liven booth my attention was immediately caught by this beautiful shaver. It honestly looks like something Apple would design, super clean and minimal. Picking it up, I must say it felt just as premium as it looks. The materials and finish were so good that it almost felt like a designer piece you would display at home rather than just a regular shaver. Over at the Momax booth I found a lot of their products to be really nicely designed. But what stood out to me most was their new collection, which perfectly blends tech products with Hong Kong's traditional art. Some of them look good enough to sit on a shelf as decoration. Ugreen is already pretty well known for their cables, chargers and power banks. But their Uno series has this really fun, playful design language that makes their products stand out. For example, there's this little robot-shaped charger. And now they've added a wireless charger and a power bank, which looks like a spaceship. It gives the whole lineup so much character and charm, almost like something you'd want to collect. Finally, let's check out some tech that really felt like it came straight out of future. I saw tons of robot vacuums at IFA, but these ones honestly blew my mind. Dreamy showed off a vacuum that can actually climb stairs. Seeing it move step by step was incredibly impressive. But Dreamy wasn't the only one pushing boundaries here. Eufy also revealed something similar called the Mars Walker. It works a bit differently though. Instead of climbing directly, it docks into a separate module which then helps it move up the stairs. I'm really curious how well this will hold up over time, especially if there's something blocking the steps. But either way, it's super cool tech. There were also a bunch of pool cleaning robots, some that float, some that dive underwater and some that do both. But this one really stood out. It's literally shaped like a turtle, and it even has a solar panel on its back so it can charge itself while cleaning. It's a fun mix of nature-inspired design and technology. At Nextlawn I found this, the Master X. Unfortunately I didn't get to see it live in action, but the demo video was wild. In the future it's supposed to trim edges, move obstacles, water plants, pick fruits and even play fetch with your dog using its robotic arm. Crazy futuristic stuff. I'd love to see it in action someday. Lastly, here's something a bit different. Kind of cute, but also slightly dystopian. This device lets you bring your own anime character to life and interact with her. She can dance for you, or you can have normal conversations with her. It's pretty wild, and honestly, I have a few friends who would absolutely love this thing. And that's it for my IFA highlights. I had an amazing time at the show, and a huge thanks to my friends who showed me around. Next week I'll be heading to another tech event, so yeah, stay tuned for that. Peace.